Today, I'm joined by a Warren Central High School alumni, a current Colts defensive lineman, and a Super Bowl finalist, hometown hero, Sheldon Day. Sheldon, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Appreciate you having me on, man.
No problem. It's been great. We have a lot of traction for you at Warren Central right now, and I'm glad I can have you on my own show right now.
No doubt, no doubt.
So we might as well go and get started. So coming back to your high school life, you were a four-star recruit.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense that you had a lot of traction. What was the experience? What did you deal with scouting and everything?
Oh man, recruiting process was so fun. Being able to go to a different school every week and just to get the pour of love and kind of stardom. People calling you like, "Oh, Sheldon, that's him, that's blah." So it was a good opportunity for me to kind of get a head start on that, because once I got to Notre Dame, it kind of magnified. And if you made a play on Saturdays, you were glorified. Saturday night, Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, until the next game day. And then if you made another play, you would continue to be glorified. So it was a great experience. And man, it seemed like it went by so fast. And that's kind of one thing where I'm like, dang, I wish I went to another school, or I went to this school. So I wish I could have got the full recruiting experience.
Yeah. Other than Notre Dame, what were some of your favorites that you remember visiting and loved the experience?
Wow. Auburn, Tennessee, Michigan was probably my favorite outside of Notre Dame, and Michigan State. All those beautiful campuses, crazy game days, just the full experience. It was definitely a sight to see.
I like that right there. Oh, hello YouTube viewer. Do you not care to watch us eat and talk? Maybe you're on the go and you can't watch the YouTube video. Well, have no fear, because Munch with Honeybunch is available on a variety of platforms. Now, are you ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and technically 12, because you're on YouTube right now, so just 12. But like I mentioned, there is a big variety of all of them. You can pick your poison, see what you want to listen to it on. I don't have a preference for what you do, I'm just glad that you are taking the time to listen. So without further ado, back to the conversation.
And eventually you did commit to Notre Dame. What was the initial reaction that you got when it was announced that you were staying in state and going to Notre Dame?
I'm gonna kind of go twofold on this one. My family was excited, they got the opportunity to come watch me play and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I think my friends were more so upset. They was like, "Why didn't I go to Alabama? Why didn't I go to Auburn? Why didn't I go to the big schools and stuff like that?" And it was more so a personal decision for the rest of my life, and not just for football. So it was the best decision I made, and I'm kind of reaping the benefits of it now.
Mm. Yeah, my friend Eli's a huge Notre Dame fan and a huge fan of you, so it was definitely a good decision.
Yeah.
Going on to playing in college, you had the opportunity to play at a lot of different schools throughout your years. What were some of the stronger college football atmospheres that you remember?
Wow. Somebody asked me that the other day, and we kind of was going through it. It was Michigan State would be top 3 at number 3. And then it's a tie for 1 and 2 with being at Oklahoma and at Clemson. Those two places loud as ever, fans right on your neck. It feels like you can hear everything they're saying. They're saying all type of things. So those two atmospheres were unbelievable. And if I was actually the home team playing for those stadiums, I know I would love it.
Yeah, because I know I haven't had the chance to actually go to an in-person college football game, but even just based off of TV, it's like you can hear whatever the natural sound that they include.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's an amazing experience.
And going on to after your college years for draft nights, when you got drafted, many people have, sort of mixed feelings, different ones. Did you have the hard work finally paid off, or was it, I'm just now getting started? Which mindset did you have?
It was, I'm just now getting started. So going into the draft, I'm thinking I'm going to be a second, third round pick at latest. My name didn't get called, so that put a chip on my shoulder. And it was now I had something to prove. I had to show the whole world, or everybody who didn't draft me, why they should have drafted me. So it was an amazing rookie year. I feel like I always kind of played with a little edge and just made sure that, oh, that's Sheldon Day, I should have got him, or oh, that's Sheldon Day, why didn't we draft him? So always trying to make teams question why didn't they draft me or why didn't they give me an opportunity.
Yeah, I love the mindset that you had going into Jacksonville, being drafted fourth round 2016 and being able to play for Jacksonville and even San Francisco being, quote, good weather team. How much does the weather have an effect on while you're playing?
Ooh, I can be honest right here. So the weather plays, I feel like, two roles, and I guess the older you get, the more warm weather you want to have because not as bad on your joints and your bones, things like that. And then also when you play in warm weathers, you get that home field advantage. For example, when I was playing in Jacksonville, we played Green Bay Packers the first game of the season, and they had to come from Green Bay, and it was 115, and they're used to 70-degree weather and camp and stuff like that. So it gives you a at-home and field advantage, but once it gets later in the year, it doesn't really matter. Everything is kind of leveled out.
Mm-hmm. And throughout your years now, going from consistently warm areas to what I tend to call the bipolar Indiana, how do you transition from all the different weather types, especially playing?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out, to be honest. Man, I was just talking about how cold it was the other day. I could see my breath for the first time in 4 years, and man, it changed. It changes your mindset for sure. I feel like now I gotta really take into account my nutrition. I gotta take into account how my bones feel in the morning because I don't know the first 2 steps out the door. I don't know. It's pretty cold, so just trying to get. I think it's more mental more than anything. So once you kind of get over the mental barrier, everything and kind of just knock back in the routine.
Did you throw away your coats and everything after hearing you're going to Florida initially?
A little bit because Jacksonville, like same division, same stuff like that. So I couldn't do anything but dislike the Colts because they were in our same division. So and it was my hometown team, and I feel like they should have gave me opportunity. So it's like it was a lot of build up behind that.
Mm. And something that I was really wondering, staying consistent with the weather, everything, playing in Denver, with the high altitude, consistently cold there, and I've seen breathing tanks, everything. What's it like playing there for
you? So I thought I was having a heart attack because I couldn't breathe. Wow. Yeah, it was like you just gasping for air. You got the oxygen machine on your mouth and your nose, and that's not helping. But man, that was a bad experience. I'm not gonna lie. And we had a lot of people on my team that had sickle cell, so they couldn't even play in the game. So it was different. But I feel like through the first quarter, second quarter, you start to get like a nice little groove. So then the air isn't as bad. But I couldn't imagine like actually living there and playing there every day. My body would probably get adjusted to it, but I couldn't imagine that first week going through it. No way.
I feel like playing in Denver is like a real different home field advantage, but I wanted to transition over to the Super Bowl from last year. Mm-hmm. That's technically not a home game for anyone, but people are just trying to go to be able to say they've been to Super Bowl and everything. Yeah. What was the difference that you noticed in like the fans, maybe not necessarily going for one team, but just happy to be there?
I feel like the Kansas City Chiefs had way more fans than we did, and I don't know if that's because Niner fans got the tickets and sold them to the Kansas City Chiefs, or the Chiefs had more tickets. But it just seemed like I guess the Chiefs have a little slogan at the end of the national anthem, and they what is it? It's something about Warhawk or something like that. And I don't know, it was super loud. I'm like, wow, they have so many fans. And when our offense was out on the field, you could just hear them yelling and screaming and things like that. So it was a surprise that they had that many fans.
Mm. Yeah, because I guess every year for the Super Bowl, even if people are fans and they just choose sides and just happen to be the Chiefs for a lot of people. That's what I noticed the bandwagon was, and I'm like, come on, man. Guys had Sheldon Day, but going back to Warren Central, even though it's been so long since you graduated, how did it feel to see the Sheldon Day support last year?
Man, just knowing that I had that many people backing me and supporting me, it was a blessing, that I can impact and touch so many people's lives, and just to bring them a part of this journey that I'm going on, and soon hopefully David Bell's going on and people to come, just knowing that the East Side is backing you through every step. So no matter if you have a hiccup, you can lean on the East Side as your support system. Or if you're excelling on the field, you can use the East Side to kind of magnify what you're doing, and you can give back to the community and pour back into them just like they poured into you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, I guess Indiana has been known as a basketball state, but we really have some up and comers on the football side. So hopefully, in the next few years, it'll definitely be changed to both football and basketball.
Exactly. That was my goal, especially going into college. Everybody was like, "Where are you from?" I say Indiana. They was like, "Ain't that a basketball state?" And I'm like, "Nah, man, you about to find out." So
I like that. And outside of Warrior Stadium, they did give you a banner. What was your reaction to seeing that and finding out about that?
oh man, I was so humbled. Just to be compared to people like Darren Evans, just the greats that came through Warren, and just to see them up on the stands with me and alongside me, it was a humbling experience for me. And I'm just super grateful for Coach Clayton and Mr. Sheldon for allowing me to have that experience. So, man, shout out to them for real.
And I know you shot a video like making sure people put their masks on. I'm sure you got to visit the school when you did that. What changed about the school compared since you graduated?
It seems like everything, to be honest. New library. Man, I feel like when I was in school, the Commons was kind of like the little hangout spot, and I just feel like people just walk straight past the Commons now. They hang out in different places. The cafeteria looks different to me. I just feel like everything looks a little bit smaller. I don't know if that's just me. I feel like the Walk Career Center has changed a lot. It just seems like they're always advancing, trying to keep up with the times, and I think they're doing a great job with that.
Yeah, now they're doing even more construction. So like probably if I ever come back after I graduate, you're like, oh man, like this is a whole different school.
Man, it's gonna be crazy.
And I wanted to talk about what you're doing to give back to the NAB. I want to talk about Sheldon's Daylight Camp. You know, if you could talk some about that.
Yeah, so I think my big picture in life is how can I help the next generation to make sure that they don't make the mistakes I made and that they have a path to follow to make sure that they're successful. So the Sheldon's Daylight Camp is for 4th through 6th graders because I feel like that's the most influential stage in someone's life where they're going to decide whether they're going to be in the streets, they're going to be a good student, they're going to do this and that. So I targeted that area to make sure that they know that college is obtainable and that you don't have to have a fast 40. You don't have to be able to have a jump shot. You don't have to do anything on the field or in the sports arena to be successful. So really poured the education piece on it, but using sports as a way to lure people in to make sure that they know college is the way out of their situation or just education period. Because I know sometimes college isn't for people. So they can go to trade school. They can do anything like that to make sure that they have some type of path or guidance to make sure that they can be successful.
That's a great opportunity. I'm glad that you're doing that. Was there a certain time that you started or how, I guess, old is it?
It was my rookie year. So been doing it 5 years now. So, man, to see my first group of 6th graders are now about to be freshmen and sophomores in college. I'm not college, but high school. But just to see them transition and they talking about how they're about to take the SAT early and they're talking about college prep. It's a beautiful sight to see.
I'm glad to see you doing so many great things. That is technically it for the questions, but I do have some rapid fire ones for you. Would you prefer RCA Dome or Lucas Oil Stadium?
I'm gonna go Lucas Oil because I've never been in RCA.
I can't remember if I've been to the RCA. I remember my dad went like right before it closed down, but only time I get to see is playing the old Madden games, right? And then next up, who's your favorite artist?
Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane, favorite song by him?
I'm a Dog.
And then is that how recent is that?
Oh man, that came out when I was in middle school.
That's old?
Yeah, it's old Gucci. Yeah.
So would you prefer before jail Gucci or after?
I'd rather go before. He got some gems. He got a lot of gems.
And then next up, I'm sure you're on some diet, so just to be able to keep figuring your high athleticism, what would be your cheat meal when you get the opportunity?
We're going soul food. We're going fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes, and probably greens or green beans.
You're making me hungry.
Man, I love me some soul food.
And while I got my notebook out, you got any spots here in Indiana for some soul food?
Oh, so I love His Place Eatery. I just got put on Ma and Pa's. Jimmy's Soul Food. I haven't tried them yet, but I heard they were good. And it's a place out west somewhere. My teammates love it. Or it might be it's called the Turkey Leg Hut or something like that. So I don't know. I'm learning new stuff, and I feel like I've been here, and this is my hometown, and my teammates are telling me about a little hole in the wall. So I can't wait to try them.
Ooh, I really appreciate that. And I really appreciate you coming out for this interview. You're doing great things for Indiana and everything you're doing. You have a great career ahead of you.
I appreciate that.
And ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for this episode of Munch with Honeybunch. Have a day, everyone.